Okay guys, welcome back to my channel, Renee's Corner. Today's video is mastering that interview for grad school. I did 8 interviews for graduate school programs, not all for clinical psych. Some were for developmental psych, and then I had an interview for an MSW program. So these tips are kind of general, kind of geared towards those fields. So if you would like to know how to ace your interviews and be prepared, stay tuned and we're gonna get into it right now. Okay, so the first tip I have is study and or prepare. So what I did and what a lot of my peers did who were interviewing for programs were we looked online and got interview questions that had been asked before, like general ones. And I know for me specifically, I gave the interview questions to my peer mentors and I gave them to my mom to like quiz me on the spot, and so that I can practice, you know, getting my answers together. Because it's not that I didn't know the answers to the questions, but I wanted to make sure that when I spoke about whatever the question was asking, that it made sense and it was a coherent idea. What else did I do to study and prepare? So I practiced a lot. And I practice in the mirror too, just making sure that I don't look crazy. And I think that is one of the main things I think that helped. So if you're going into an interview, be sure to practice and prepare. Have questions already prepared, because they're going to ask you like, oh, do you have any questions for me? Make sure you have questions. Like, you need to always have a question and like keep asking questions. And I think that's it for being prepared. Have people test you and like quiz you and make sure that you know what you're gonna say. Oh, this also goes with being prepared. Know who you are interviewing with. So if you are, I don't know, for me, like they gave me sort of like a schedule of who I was interviewing with, and I made, my chair is so creaky. I made sure to look up to just have like a general idea of what everybody does. Even some of the grad students, like you can look them up on LinkedIn, see what they are up to, you know. Also being prepared, like prepare an elevator speech. I just thought of this like now. Like prepare an elevator speech about yourself. So like, hi, I'm Tanisha. I'm currently a post-bac at the University of Pittsburgh. I study race and SES disparities in children's social emotional skills and mental health. I'm really interested in intervention work, blah, 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 blah. And just make sure you have like enough to say, like that was really good. I haven't even done that in so long. But just make sure that you have an elevator speech prepared, so that if somebody asks you to like, oh, tell me about yourself, like you have something about yourself that's like geared towards graduate school. Don't be like, yeah, I'm Tanisha and I'm a Sagittarius, you know, I really like the color blue, I have a dog. Like none of that matters. Like unless they ask you like personal outside of graduate school, what are you about, like none of that other stuff matters. Got it? Got it. So the next thing, I guess number 2, would be dress professionally and treat this like a job interview. Like this is your dream job and you have prepared your whole life for this job. I mean, grad school is kind of a job and it's like you've prepared your whole life. So make sure that shows you're dressed professionally. Even if it's a Skype interview, make sure that you're dressed professionally, at least from like here up. You know, I wore shorts once, but from here up, I look good. But I would say dress professionally. I don't know about you, but when I dress professionally, I feel professional and I feel like I'm like a boss. I don't know what it is, but it's just one of those things. And so make sure you show up early to everything, any events, any interviews, make sure you're there early as possible to show that you're like on top of your ish. And then also during that day, you'll probably meet other students and stuff. So be social, be friendly, be enthusiastic. Make sure you're putting your best self forward and making sure you're true to who you are. Even if you're a little on the shy side, like I am most of the time, I still made a point to meet everybody, smile, talk, have a good time, but just like have a good time, but don't let it get buck wild, if that makes sense. So the next one is number 3. Remember that you are the expert in your experiences. So nobody can talk about your like experiences better than you can. So make sure that that shines through, that like, hey, here are my experiences, I've done this, this, and this, and make sure it comes through as like, I know what I'm talking about, I know what I did, I had an integral role in this program or in this experience, and here are the things that I did. But also, like, don't come across like too cocky. Like, don't come across like you know everything in the world. Like, you don't, and that's just it. Like, you don't know everything, but you do know everything about your experiences. So be cocky-ish, well, not cocky, be confident in your experiences, but don't be too cocky like you know everything about psychology. And it's okay to say like, I haven't heard of that method or whatever you're talking about, can you please describe it for me so that I can know and like write it down or something, you know? So I think those are all my like major tips. If you like need advice on interviewing, like I would say I'm a decent interviewer. I don't necessarily enjoy it, but I'm like not bad at it either. So if you have any questions or anything like that, be sure to comment below. And I think that is it. So the next video will be talking about personal statements. I'm not sure if this is going to be like one of the last videos in this little series, but you will find out as soon as I find out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.